When you close your eyes and think about how that fight plays out, what do you see?
It's probably like what most people would think. If it ends early, I would think it's Khamzat. But the longer the fight goes on, I think Dricus has an advantage. And it's interesting because it's one of those things where like every time Khamzat is presented a new challenge, he, rises to the occasion and still looks like the monster that everybody says he is. And then on the other hand, every time people think Dricus is gonna, fall to whoever it is, he just shows like his toughness is and his resilience. And like what I've always said is like, everyone's like, oh, his striking doesn't look good, it's unrefined, blah blah blah. And I just keep telling people it works. It doesn't matter what it looks like. I mean, okay, you say he falls over his feet or whatever happens, like it's working at the highest level. So every time people say that he's going to lose to someone, he shows up and either beats them or makes it a war and then beats them. And every time people say Khamzat's going to have a real test, he just blows right past the person. So for me, very interesting. I would think Dricus is tough enough and he's bigger, like physically resilient, but just a bigger guy that's going to be able to deal with Khamzat early. But Khamzat's also very, very skilled. And when you come out, cylinders firing at 100% like that, if you get to someone's back and jump on them, it is very possible you land a good punch, you get a choke in there, that could be all she wrote. That being said, we've seen Khamzat fight Usman. Took that fight on short notice. Is big for 170, but not nearly as big as DDP. And he had his back for the whole first round and couldn't get him out of there. Now that could have been a tactical choice, you know what I mean? Because then you look at the last fight he had with Whitaker, obviously that wasn't an issue at all. But there have been smaller guys that have given Khamzat a run for his money. That being said, that was a little bit longer ago, and he's probably put on a little bit size since then. And then with DDP, he's like, it doesn't look like he moves the fastest, but he's so dang tough. Like, I've never really seen him be in a huge amount of danger early on.